hello, my little Bumbabees, and welcome back to the Bumba.cast. That's right, it's me, your girl, Teresa Bumbaco, here on today's 47th Pop Culture News. That's right, we are here on episode 47. We're almost at the 50 mark, so it's gonna be a stretch to get to number 50. But you know what? We are out here in these streets. I hope everybody's doing well out there as well as they can be. Mercury is in retrograde. Apparently 5 planets are. So good luck to you out there is all I'm going to say. That's all I can say at this point. Good fucking luck, because it's already been wreaking havoc over my life and everybody in my lives, whatever you want to say. So without further ado, we're going to just jump right into this week's topics, because there are quite a few things for us to be covering. And there's quite a few things that I would like to discuss, because it's kind of funny this week. Why do I sound like that? Why do I sound like that? Am I too close to the mic or something? What is going on here? That sounds a little bit better. What do you guys think? Okay, maybe I need to be closer. I don't know what the fuck is happening here. See, Mercury retrograde. Anyway, so there's quite a few things that I need to talk about with you guys this week. So I'm sorry it's been a minute since I've recorded a pop culture news. You have to understand, it's been a busy few weeks for me. Like the last month, I've just been going non-stop. I was doing When We Were Young, and then I went on to tour dates with, Social Order to see Anne. And so, there's just been a lot of things going on. Good things, but I've been pretty busy. And so, right now I've actually been focusing more on my personal life lately, and that never happens. So here we are. But I'm happy to be back with you guys this week. I'm happy to do it. This episode's going to come out on the 17th, Monday the 17th, 3 days before my birthday, before the big 33. I will be 33 on the 20th. So, I'll put my avenues for donations. If you would like to send me Venmo, I accept Cash App. You can send me donation on Buy Me a Coffee. Even if you want to just send me a DM on Instagram, like, hey, like your shit. That's a gift in and of itself. I know we're all broke out here, but if you've got money to burn, your girl could use a $5. So, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We're going to get right into it. Before I get into everything, I wore can you see? My Yay 2018 hoodie or sweatshirt, whatever you want to say, for my birthday. I wear this every year now. So this is like my thing, my tradition. Yeah, so I'm not really big into birthdays. I never have been. I feel like for the most part over the years, my birthdays have just been like a big letdown. I don't like any kind of celebration or whatever where the expectations can get so high or whatever, and like you just think something's gonna happen, or you think someone's gonna show up for you in a certain way and they just like don't. So like I don't personally put too much into birthdays anymore. New Year's I don't put a lot of faith into. If I'm with somebody and I'm in a good place or whatever, that's cool. But for the most part, I'm like, as long as I make it through the day and I'm like still alive, I guess that was a good birthday. So, whatever. Without further ado, though, I'm not going to talk your ear off for too long. I still don't know why I sound like this. Maybe I just need to raise the volume on myself. Is that what I need to do? Yeah, that's what I needed to do. I just need to raise the volume on myself. It's a little too quiet. The tinnitus is getting worse. So, now I'm over the halfway mark with the volume meter on my, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I put some Manic Panic Rockabilly Blue over my dark brown hair, and I did not like it the first time. I washed it and I was like, I don't know, it like came out too strong, and it was just like, oh my God, there's blue everywhere. It was like freaking me out. And then I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. Is there a crisis when you're turning 33, something like that? I don't fucking know, but whatever. Here we are. I'm in full crisis mode, putting dye on my hair. But I think it looks all right now. You can kind of see like the tinges of blue, which is kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't want like anything too crazy. I didn't want to go like too dark. That's why I didn't like really like emphasis, put too much emphasis on my roots and everything like that. I was like, whatever. So But I washed it out like good a few times to get it here. So I'm okay with where it is now. Hopefully it looks all right. Whatever. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? All right. So I'm going to talk about a few news stories that are not necessarily like celebrity related in any way whatsoever. It's not really pop culture, it's more like current event because eh, the entertainment news is really fucking weak lately. I mean, there's like some things on here that are just like, this person's been pissing me off, so here we go. I mean, so um anyway, so the first story I'm going to get into today, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but we're going to talk about it. Okay. So there is, like, briefly, this is my understanding. There was a woman that lives in North Carolina who is married to this man that became involved in an affair with this TikTok influencer. And once the wife caught wind of this affair, she then not only like filed for divorce, whatever she had to do, she hired an attorney in North Carolina and filed under a law that is still valid in North Carolina state that you can sue the mistress or mister of your husband or wife and be compensated as such for, like, loss of like affection and like closeness in the relationship, like basically just destroying the relationship. You can sue the mistress or the mister, like not even just your husband. So this smart ass woman from North Carolina got an attorney, went after this TikTok influencer and sued her for cutting off like all this shit, within her marriage. She had to prove all this stuff in court. And listen to this. She was awarded $1.75 million by the court in North Carolina. Like, I love this shit, man. So, okay, here we go. I got this article from ABC7. This is going to be, this is great. So, based in Durham, North Carolina, a North Carolina woman will have to pay $1.75 million after a jury found her liable for destroying a Durham couple's marriage. The lawsuit filed in Durham County Court accused Brene Kennard, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok and 274,000 followers on Instagram, of seducing and having an affair with her manager, Tim Montague. So that gets even spicier. I didn't know it was her manager. She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children, said What the hell? Robinetta? What the hell? Robinetta Jones, who was the attorney for Akira Montague, Tim Montague's ex-wife. The jury found Kennard liable for criminal conversation and alienation of affection. That's what it's called, alienation of affection. I love this. North Carolina's alienation of affection law allows a spouse to sue the person they blame for an affair that ends a marriage. North Carolina is one of the few states that allows jilted spouses to sue someone for interfering with their marriage. I mean, you gotta love it. I mean, like, these Bible Belt states, like, some of these laws, I think hey, they're to protect you, too. Akira Montague, who brought the suit to civil court, married Tim Montague on October 20th, 2018, according to the lawsuit. Akira Montague claimed the affair caused her mental anguish, damage to her health, and deprived her children of a two-parent household. Kennard slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montague knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair. She gave her consent, Kennard said. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done. The alleged affair played out both in the manager's home and on Kennard's social media, Akira Montague claimed. Tim Montague eventually left his wife for Kennard. In previous North Carolina cases involving alienation of affection, plaintiffs have received millions of dollars. In 2011, Carol Puryear was ordered to receive $30 million from Betty Devon. Carol Puryear was the former wife of Donald Puryear, who owns a trucking company in Raleigh. The settlement is the largest of its kind in North Carolina history, according to court records. In 2018, NFL star Fletcher Cox was sued by a North Carolina man named Joshua Jeffords, who claimed the football player had an affair with his wife. The lawsuit ended in an undisclosed settlement. In 2021, former state Senator Rick Gunn settled a lawsuit filed by Arthur Johns for $3 million. Gunn was accused of having a long-running affair with Johns' wife, who was Gunn's legislative assistant at the time. So this is great. I think it's awesome. And then I read a follow-up of this story that the influencer was like in court, like, yeah, I'm never going to pay you that. You know, you're never going to see that. Well, girl, that's not how that works. You're not, it's not like, oh, send us the money when you can. Like, the court has like mandated that you pay that now. So your wages are going to be garnished, baby boo. That's it. So unless she starts like doing some weird tax fraud shit and not filing her taxes, not claiming her income, which then it'll become a problem with the IRS. And, you know, if she's got like 3 million followers on TikTok and 250,000 on fucking Instagram or whatever the hell, she's monetizing. She's making money. It's there. She can't really hide that shit now. And I mean, you know, honestly, like, this is just like so fucking funny to me because, like, you know, why is it always like this? Why is it always like this? You know, what? I mean, like, even like, and the woman that did this, she's got like no remorse. She don't give a fuck. Like, she does not care about these children. She doesn't care about the wife. Like, she has no remorse. Like, she's just a fucking hoe about it. And you can quote me on that, clip it, whatever you want to say. Call me racist if you want to. She's a hoe. I mean, like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I mean, like, you know, this is some fucked up shit. Don't interfere with somebody's like marriage. This is what happens. Now you're gonna have to pay $2 million to this woman and her attorney. I don't know if the lawyer fees are included in that 1.75 mil, but I would imagine that, you know, if she is ordered to pay that much in the settlement, then part of the settlement is probably like legal fees as well. So, we love. I hope she gets her money. I hope this TikTok influencer doesn't think she's going to get away with this, because you want to fuck around and find out and, you know, ruin people's lives. I mean, this is what's going to happen. I mean, like, yeah, the man is at fault for this, for sure. For like stepping out of his marriage. He's definitely at fault for this. I hold him more at fault than the TikTok influencer. But the TikTok influencer also knew what she was doing. Some of these women out here, you can't trust them. Like, they you know, I don't trust women. I just don't. I really don't. I really don't. Because, you know, at least with like men, for the most part, you know what you're kind of getting. You know, it's like, they kind of have to like prove themselves to you that they're not a total piece of shit before like you give them the benefit of the doubt, you know? And even sometimes when you do, they prove you wrong. So, I mean, but like women overall, they just like, it's like always a competition. It's like, you know, I want what you have, you know, I don't even like you, but I still include you in things. I still follow you on social media. I don't like any of your shit. I don't wish you a happy birthday, but like, I expect you to wish me one on mine. Like, I mean, like, these are the kind of people, these are the kind of women that are out there. So, like, I mean, it's hard to find anybody loyal, to be honest. And if you can find loyal people, you fucking hold on to them tight for dear life. So, I mean, that's neither here nor there. But let's go on to the next topic. I just thought that was interesting. You know, so if you live in North Carolina, don't even think about it. Don't even think about having an affair. I love that the lawyer was like, yeah, I mean, like, we love cases like this because it kind of like will make maybe spouses reconsider, like, is this financially worth it to me to do? Or misters and mistresses, is this financially worth it for me? Probably not. Probably not. I'll tell you right now. There ain't no way that dick was so good that it was worth you $1.75 million, girl. That's going to be your life income stream for a very, very long time. Very long time. So stay mad. All right. Next up on the docket, we're going to be talking about another current event like news story. So I didn't really skim over this article, but I saw the video posted by like ABC or whatever it was yesterday. And I was like, what the fuck is it? So there was some kind of ammonia tanker, whatever they're called, truck.
Whatever the fuck.
I don't know. Okay. And apparently it was fucking leaking outside of this Holiday Inn, slowly poisoning everyone in its path. So let's get into this fucking story. So this article that I pulled from ABC News, headline, dozens hospitalized after ammonia leaks from tanker truck in Oklahoma hotel parking lot. Okay, so several victims remain in the ICU. Okay. Witnesses spoke out as dozens hospitalized in the ammonia truck leak led to sending dozens to the hospital in Oklahoma and forced nearly 1,000 people to evacuate. Dozens of people were injured after ammonia gas leaked from a tanker truck in a hotel parking lot in Oklahoma, authorities said. The leak was reported Wednesday night around 10 p.m. local time in a Holiday Inn Express parking lot in Weatherford, Oklahoma, located approximately 70 miles west of Oklahoma City. First responders worked to evacuate victims as a toxic ammonia plume limited immediate access to the area, according to the Weatherford Police Department. A still from video showing an ammonia cloud in a parking lot was seen by a man named Michael Johnson Jr. 45 people were hospitalized in the incident, including 5 who were airlifted to Oklahoma City area hospitals, police said in an update Thursday evening. The majority are in stable condition, though several remain in ICU, police said. Dozens more were treated at 3 casualty collection points, police said. Approximately 14 officers were exposed to anhydrous?
Whatever the fuck.
Anhydrous ammonia, with 5 sustaining chemical burns to their airways, police said. Many first responders were treated at the scene, police said. No fatalities have been reported so far as of yesterday, so Thursday evening. The driver of the tanker truck involved is believed to have parked in the lot to get a room at the hotel. The leak is believed to be accidental and is under investigation. A possible mechanical failure on a valve or a faulty seal are being considered as potential causes. As of Thursday morning, the truck was no longer leaking any gas or liquid. Yeah, because it's gone. The tanker was carrying 25,000 pounds of anhydrous ammonia, a concentrated farming fertilizer, according to the EPA. That's the Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA said it was notified of the leak at approximately 1 a.m. Thursday and responded to the area to conduct air, water, and soil monitoring. No ammonia was detected in the local residential area following continuous community air monitoring, the EPA said. The ammonia level in the local creek was well within the range for the local ecosystem, while the surrounding soil measured a pH of 10, a level that will naturally neutralize over a short period of time, the EPA said in a statement. And I guess they're just going to keep looking into it. The cleanup will take several days, it says. The public is asked to avoid the area surrounding the Holiday Inn Express. We pretty much got a lot of this stuff diluted right now, and so we're working with the EPA and getting the regulations on actually how to dispose of everything. Someone said from the EPA, a hotel window was busted out by a guest in order to escape when a tanker truck spilled into the parking lot. Yeah, there's really nothing else in this article to say. I guess they put a shelter-in-place order surrounding the areas, and it was lifted early Thursday morning. So that's happening. So,
plan on murdering me in my sleep.
Something ain't right with that. Think what you want. Call me a conspiracy theorist all you want to. Like, bro, what are you talking about? That, like, some fucking...
What? No.
Mystic, like, aerated form of fertilizer is spilling into a fucking, like, hotel parking lot overnight. Call me crazy, but I feel like you should probably get those things checked before you stop for the night. I hope this man loses his job. And I hope those people that are in the ICU are okay because what are you fucking talking about? Like, that is the craziest shit ever. Like, this is weird. People are like, I like commented on like the post about it and I said something like, here we go. Or like something like that. Here we go, dot, dot, dot. And somebody replied to it and was like, what do you mean by that? like all aggressive. And I was like, wake up. That's what I mean. And they were like, what the fuck? Question mark. And I just left it at that. I thought it was so funny. You do need to wake up. This wasn't no fucking accident. Whatever. And the JFK was an assassination was an accident too. Okay. John Lennon was an isolated incident. Okay. Really. But I did want to tell you guys about that really quick. Not really much to say about it. I thought it was just fucking nuts. So if you keep seeing shit like this or like, things spilling over, leaking, I don't know. UPS fucking planes exploding before takeoff, like after takeoff, whatever. I saw a lot of chemtrails in the sky yesterday.
It's showtime.
I'll tell you what. So, I haven't been feeling great. They're poisoning us out here. They're literally poisoning us. They're fucking poisoning us. They're talking about Tylenol and autism. Meanwhile, they are dropping toxic chemicals from the sky and poisoning us to death because the food that they're poisoning us with isn't doing it fast enough because low-key, we are just full of microplastics now. And it's like, it's going to take years to break that shit down. Like, our microplastics are basically like forming a defense mechanism like in our bodies at this point. And they're just like anything that comes at it, it's like, no, like microplastics will save us at the end of the day. I think so. I think that there's like levels to it. I think like there's no really hope for like the Gen Zs, the early Gen Zs, like the later age Gen Zs, the Gen Xs. I don't think there's really any hope for them. I don't think that they've really built up a tolerance to the microplastics and stuff. I feel like we were exposed as millennials at like the perfect moment. And I mean, if you're older than that, you're probably fine too because like you didn't get enough of it or whatever. And at this point in your life, whatever, who cares? But I mean, I'll tell you right now, they're fucking poisoning us. They are allegedly. All right, let's move on to the next story because this one's a little freaky too. Okay, so no one has really been talking about this that much, but I did see an article come up about this, and it's funny, though, because the story has already been debunked of what it was said to have been, and I can't really find many updates about it being retracted or updated or anything like that, and I've even gone to, like, Yahoo and MSN, like, those are the only, like, major-ish kind of media outlets that were reporting about it, and they didn't even like update it, issue a retraction, anything like that. And what the fuck is that now? I don't care. But anyways, it's like Cardi B, welcomes baby with Stephon Diggs. Great, man. I let me know when the divorce is finalized with her and Offset. Like, I just, that's the only thing I fucking care about right now. Anyway, so this story, I had to find an updated article through a smaller like media outlet, and like, I don't like when people are like, oh, what is this, blah blah blah, like, this isn't even like legit because it's not fucking from the New York Times or something. It's like this article is still like listing sources to places for you to go for reference, quoting people directly that you can find. I mean, it's not, just because a media outlet is something you've never heard of before doesn't mean it's not real. So anyway, I found this article from red94.net. The article is about this story that started circulating around online that there were these stray dogs that are, I guess, descendants from left behind and abandoned, pets from the Chernobyl, explode, whatever the fuck happened over there. And these dogs were like roaming around, and I don't don't even know where they get these photos from, like these high zoom. Like, what are they doing? They're just like from afar, like they got their cameras and they're like, yep, there they are. There they are. Like they're just like keeping an eye from afar. So I don't know how they obtain these photos, videos, whatever of these dogs. I don't know if they're on Chernobyl getting them. I know some people go over there. I don't know, whatever the hell. But anyway, so these dogs that are descendants of lost pets, these stray dogs that are roaming around on Chernobyl by themselves or whatever. Why are you notifying me of this when I'm in focus, Apple? How about you shut up? Anyway, so I'm getting overstimulated. So, anyway, dogs have been roaming around in Chernobyl and they are dyed blue. And people were at first like, what the, like, are they, is it from the radiation? Like, why are they blue? So, you know, for a few, I let it go for a few days. I didn't want to like completely just pull everything I had. Like when it first got reported, I was like, okay, well, hopefully they'll figure out what this really is. So it was revealed that the Dogs of Chernobyl team, okay, specifically Jennifer Betts, who is the veterinary medical director, confirmed that these dogs are not blue from radiation from Chernobyl or whatever. They're blue because these dogs have found old porta potty toilet cleaning fluid or what, you know, like the fucking blue liquid they put in the porta potty, like in the toilet area. Yeah, the dogs have come across this somewhere in Chernobyl. And I'm like, what is, how is this even still out there? I'm like, how is there fucking still like porta potty cleaning, like blue cleaning fluid, like out in Chernobyl that dogs are finding and rolling in? Like, are these porta potties out there for like when people go and study shit in Chernobyl and they leave the porta potty like there, you know, as a way to be like, okay, we're going to set up the porta potty. We'll do like 12 hours, you know, 24. I don't know how long you could be in Chernobyl before it gets to be too bad with the radiation. I don't fucking know. You know, I'm not going there. I don't plan on it. So, you know, whatever. They go over there. They set up the porta potty. They have somewhere. Fuck you. I'm so irritated now with the freaking like focus. Like, are you fucking serious, dude? I'm in, no, like, silence notifications. Allow notification. Yeah, that's what it should be, you fucking asshole. I fucking hate Apple. Like, really, burn in hell. So, back to the Chernobyl dogs. I don't even remember what I was saying, but like, I guess they set up the porta potties over there. That's what I would think, because why is there still porta potty liquid over there for them to roll around in? I think that that's crazy. That's crazy work, bro. Like, what do you even mean that they're like rolling around in like porta potty fucking liquids? But I guess like, you know, the people, there's like a whole team that look over these dogs of Chernobyl. I don't know how they're looking over these dogs of Chernobyl. They're not even over there. These fucking, what are they eating? What are they eating? I'm scared. I'm scared for these dogs at Chernobyl. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared for them. I don't know, you know, but they're breeding, but they keep trying to sterilize them. They don't want them to, like, you know, procreate or whatever. But they're still out there. When did Chernobyl happen? I don't fucking know. Years ago now, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy. But, yeah, I did want to touch on that. Blue dogs of Chernobyl are not from radiation, just from rolling around in porta potty shit water. So, there's that. So, yeah, those are a few current event stories I wanted to get out of the way real quick. Now let's get into the pop culture news, shall we? Okay, so next up on the docket, we're going to be talking about this story. So if you guys are familiar with the now Netflix series Trailer Park Boys, Netflix bought it years ago, whatever, from like the Canadian network that it was on or whatever the hell. The guy that plays Bubbles, his name is Michael Smith. He is a piece of shit. He has been a piece of shit for a long time. People are probably like, oh, what? What are you talking about? He's a piece of shit. Yes, he's a piece of shit, okay? So if you've kept up with this at all over the years, you would know that the reason that the woman that plays Lucy did not return to the show, as well as the guy that plays J-Rock did not return to the show several years back, is because Michael Smith attacked Lucy in a hotel room, allegedly, and had domestic violence charges filed against him. Not really sure if anything came of it. I think it was a situation where it was kind of like, she was like, fuck this, I'm done, left the show. J-Rock left the show with her, and that was that. It was probably like Netflix probably paid her off or something, allegedly. So anyway, let's get into this article from the Hollywood Reporter because they are reporting about it. So he is scheduled for a court date in Halifax, Nova Scotia, so in Canada, on November 10th. He is being charged with sexual assault this time, according to court documents filed in Nova Scotia provincial. According to court documents filed in Nova Scotia court and obtained by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, the country's public According to court documents filed in Nova Scotia and obtained by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, the country's public broadcaster, Smith was charged on October 2nd in Halifax over an alleged assault that took place on December 30th, 2017 in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. With the charge as yet unproven in a courtroom, Smith is scheduled to be arraigned November 10th in Halifax as part of a legal process led by the Nova Scotia Public Prosecutions Service. Smith's agent declined to comment when the Hollywood Reporter reached out for statement. The statement that was sent out, however, reads, "We are aware of the allegation concerning Mike Smith dating back to 2017 and take matters seriously. We recognize how difficult an allegation of this nature is for all involved. Out of respect for the legal process, we will not comment further on this case." I think that was Netflix issuing that statement. The Halifax Regional Police Service and the Nova Scotia Public Prosecution Service were not available for comment. I guess the 13th season of Trailer Park Boys wrapped production and is set for April 2026 premiere. Like I said earlier, in April of 2016, Smith was arrested in LA on suspicion of misdemeanor of domestic battery, but the investigation with potential charges was dropped soon after. I don't know if that's the one referring to Lucy. I know that there was one, I think it happened in Canada too. So I'm not exactly sure if that's the same one that they're referring to, but yeah, dude's just not cool. Like, he's just fucking crazy. He's like Chris Brown. Like, he just can't stop, won't stop. Like, he's like, I gotta fight. I gotta, like, hit people. I gotta, like, assault people. Like, he just, like, is a bad dude. Like, it's just, and I hope that something comes of this. I hope that he is held to the fullest extent of the fucking Canadian Mountie law, whatever goes on up there. I don't know. But, hopefully Rocky and Bullwinkle will give it to him. And, that's all we can hope for at this point, because dude's a fucking menace. He's like David Harbour out here. I mean, maybe David Harbour's not that bad, but I mean, both menacing, two very different ways. But, but hey, that's all there is to say about that. And, I'll keep you updated on what goes on. November 10th, he was supposed to be arraigned, but I haven't really heard much. I mean, that's pretty much all I got right now. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it takes a little bit longer to trickle down to America from up there in the Canadian Mounties. But yeah, so I'll keep you updated on this world-class piece of shit. Okay, next up on the docket, we're going to be talking about another wonderful, wonderful person. Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine, as I like to call her. Ghislaine. Jizz down the lane. Jizz down the lane is, as we know, serving prison time for being, Jeffrey Epstein's, right-hand woman, confidant, fucking whatever you want to call her. Anyway, and I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, because she's in this cushy prison now, whatever, that's basically borderline pre-release. Like, she's probably just fucking wandering around, allegedly. I don't know if she is, but I mean, she's probably just hanging out, fucking living life, playing cards with the guards and, doing all kinds of fucking weird shit. I don't understand, because according to USA Today, She's not only receiving custom meals in prison, which I guess like most inmates kind of do. I mean, you know, a lot of inmates will even go so far as to like convert to other religions or claim to be other religions just so they can get a certain like meal given to them or whatever, because otherwise they're not going to just like let you pick and choose what you eat in prison. She's not only getting custom meals, she's getting puppy playtime in there. You know how like some of these like pre-release like facilities, like some of these inmates get the opportunity to have like cats or dogs or something like that for like therapy animals. They fucking gave one to Jizz down the lane.
When I came in to open up one morning, there you were with your head half in the toilet. Your hair was in the toilet water.
You know.
Disgusting.
I told you I had the flu.
I said my piece, Chrissy.
Like, she was convicted in like child sex crime shit, right?
The world is a jungle. Don't expect happiness.
And they're giving her access to a dog. A dog is like the closest thing to a child you could have without it being a child. Even cats, like, not even close. Not even close. Sorry, they're not. They're more independent. They're more like whatever. You know, they'll fucking eat your face off if they're hungry. Like, dogs will borderline starve before, and they'll start at your fingertips and your toes and stuff. Cats will go to your fucking extremities and shit and fucking eat your organs, your fucking, you know, intestines and your fucking kidneys and your liver and anyway, so I'm getting dark here, but anyway, I wanted to go into this article. So Representative Jamie Raskin said that Jizz down the lane Maxwell is getting special treatment in prison, including time with a puppy. Jizz Lane, the close associate and convicted accomplice of late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, intends to ask President Donald Trump to commute her prison sentence, according to a letter from Representative Jamie Raskin of Maryland. Raskin, the top Democrat of the House Judiciary Committee, wrote in a letter to Trump that Maxwell is working on filing a commutation application, citing an unnamed whistleblower. Raskin said the information signals Maxwell either wants to be released from her prison sentence or is making recommendations about other federal convictions to the Justice Department. Cool. And Abigail Jackson, spokeswoman for the White House, told USA Today in a statement, as President Trump has stated, pardoning Jizz Lane is not something he has thought about. Maxwell was convicted in New York federal court in 2021 on 5 counts related to sex trafficking and sentenced to 20 years in prison. She's the only associate of Epstein to face prison time. Epstein died in custody while awaiting trial in 2019, as we know. Raskin's letter alleges she's getting special treatment in the facility. She wrote that Ghislaine is having custom-prepared meals delivered directly to her cell, that the warden made special accommodations for her to meet with visitors, and that she was allowed to have special time to play with a puppy, among other exceptions from standard prisoner treatment. Any inmate or staff who questions or blows the whistle on the institution's grotesque pampering of a serial sexual abuser and human trafficker at taxpayer expense is being punished and retaliated against by the prison warden, Raskin wrote. This top-flight luxury service has reached such a point of absurdity that one of the top officials at the prison has complained that he is sick of having to be Maxwell's bitch. Raskin asked in the letter that Blanche, the deputy attorney general who met with Maxwell in July, attend a public hearing with the House Judiciary Committee. So, you know, can't stop, won't stop. You know, just evil is as evil does. You know, this is what happens when these people go to prison. Like, did you guys not see the video of Diddy before he even went to like trial? They like closed a certain portion of like wherever he was down, like, or they took him to a part of the jail that like no one was in, no one was in the cells or whatever, and he had like one of those little like mini speed bikes, and he was just like doing circles in the open area inside. Like, fucko! What are we doing? What are we fucking doing? Like, shame on you, New York. Like, shame on you. Like, what the fuck is going on here? How is that even allowed? Like, what? What? I'll tell you right now. I've never known someone to go to prison and be allowed to fucking ride around on a little mini speed bike.
Gotcha.
You know what happens when you go to prison when you're a fucking regular person? You get fucking, like, debilitating fucking health problems afterward because, like, they were putting you in fucking, like, you know, water this fucking deep in an outdoor cell and fucking letting you get bit in the chest by fucking spiders and shit like that. Like, that's what happens to you in the fucking clinky, okay? It's not no fucking just ride around on a little fucking mini bike. Like, this is a fucking joke. Like, everything is a joke. Sorry, I had to give you my best John Ralphio there, but, you know, there's nothing much to say about this. I mean, like, these stories are pretty quick. I mean, to the point of, like, you know where I stand. You know, there's nothing there's really nothing this week that I'm, like, gonna go crazy about. I mean, maybe I'll go crazy about Kim Kardashian. We'll see. So, let's move on to the next one, shall we? The next one up on the docket. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, next up on the docket, I wanted to briefly talk about this for a second because I guess Orlando Bloom, he got together with someone on Halloween that dressed up exactly like Katy Perry when she went to space for 11 minutes.
Space, a final frontier.
Yeah, so he was apparently photographed with this girl, Rachel Lynn Matthews, an actress who dressed like Katy Perry. And then this Matthews woman shared it to her Instagram stories. Orlando was dressed as a skeleton. He could be seen placing his arm around the Happy Death Day actress's shoulders as she wore a blue bodysuit and black wig, reminiscent of Perry's look worn on her 11-minute Blue Origin mission to travel to the edge of space. In another photo obtained by outlets including TMZ and Page Six, Matthews recreated a headline-making photo of Perry kissing the ground after returning to Earth and wrote, "Take up space." I don't know if they're, like, dating or if he was just, like, out at a fucking party. I don't know why I said story. Out at a party or something like that and just saw her and was like, "Ooh, let's take a picture." Or she was like, "Oh, let's take a picture. This is so funny. You're here. I'm dressed as Katy Perry, you know, going to space," or whatever. You know, why? I mean, I don't like Katy Perry, but, like, you know, hasn't this woman honestly gone through enough with men? I mean, like, we have to feel at least a little bit of sympathy, I guess, for, like, the whole, you know, what Russell Brand did to her. Like, literally before she starts her fucking world tour, he, like, texts her, like, minutes before she goes on, like, "I want a divorce." Like,
Boldly go where no man has gone before.
I feel bad for that version of Katy Perry. I don't feel bad for this version of Katy Perry, but we all have to, you know, we have to feel something, I feel. But, you know, you have a child with her now. I mean, you know, I think he's a little mad. I think it was like a situation where it was like maybe she didn't really want to break up at first, because I could see that. I could see, like, he's kind of over it because, like, rumblings were going on for a long time. Like, he was, like, getting to a point with her. Like, he was like one of those dudes that, like, keeps a tracker in his, like, notes or whatever and has, like, a point system, and, like, you get to a certain, like, number of points and he's like, "I gotta reevaluate this relationship." Like, he's, like, grading you without you realizing it, which is, like, the most psychotic shit you can do, I think, personally, because if you're, like, grading a human being,
you in danger, girl.
There's something wrong with you, especially if you're in a romantic relationship with them. But he looks like one of those dudes that would do that. And, like, you know, the 11-minute space fucking trip probably was enough to do him in. He was probably over it at that point. He was probably like, you know, I can't do this shit anymore. And it was probably a situation, allegedly. You know, I have no fucking reason to believe this other than, you know, that I've been around a while and I've been through some shit. But, you know, it was probably a situation where he was like, you know, I just can't do this anymore. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. You know, I think we need to, like, move on. And, you know, maybe at first she was like, I don't, well, can't we work it out? Like, you know, can we work it out? Can we be a family? Promise I'll be better. Daddy, please don't leave. Sorry, I had to do it. If you know, you know. Anyway, but, so, you know, maybe it was a situation like that where she was, like, kind of against it at first. And then, you know what? She was like, you know what? I went to space for 11 minutes, the edge of space. I can do anything I want to do. I can fake going to space for 11 minutes, allegedly. And, you know, I am hanging out with Jeff Bezos. I'm too cool for this now. So, like, that's, like, Katy Perry vibes to me at this point because, like, why is she hanging out with these people? And Justin Trudeau jumped all over that shit. He was like, she's my teenage dream. California girl. Is she even from California? I don't even think she is. I think she's like probably like one of those Midwestern states or something like that. She just gives those vibes. But you know, I'm saying right now, I think that's what happened. And I think she moved on faster than he thought that was probably going to happen. And now he's a little bitter. He's a little bitter because it was probably his decision to break up. And she's the first one to move on in the breakup. So he's probably a little bitter. You know, it happens. It is what it is, you know. What do you know? All right, so let's move on to the next one, though, because that's pretty much all I got to say about that, you know, whatever. I don't wish, like, the worst things to either one of them, but, like, to be honest, like, I could care less if either one of them are, like, in happy relationships. I'm not going to be watching Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau like a hawk. I'm not going to, like, watch Orlando Bloom like a hawk. I don't give a fuck, honestly. I just think it's worth noting that, like, men do shit like this, like, as a way to, like, kind of, like, stick one to their ex and everything like that. It's like, yeah, say you're hurt without saying you're hurt. Like, we see what you're doing here. So, on to the next one. Okay. Next up on the docket, this one is pretty fucking out of control. Like, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Like, I read this headline and then watched the video and was like,
hello, darkness, my old friend.
So, piece of shit human being and rat, TEKASHI 6ix9ine. I thought I'd never have to fucking talk about this, like, I don't even know what you call him. Like, just like a fucking hollow skin sack walking around, like, just, it's like The Thing, you know? It's like, it's not even real. It's like, you just, like, ball him up in, like, a fucking, like, just big ball of skin and, like, throw him at the wall and he would stick that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he's just gross. He's just gross. So, anyway, TEKASHI 6ix9ine, you don't need to know who this man is. He's not relevant. All you need to know is that he's a rat and he's a piece of shit and he walks around with rainbow braids. That's literally all you need to know about him. So he sat down with some podcaster. I don't even like saying that because it's like, who are these people? Some podcast for some girl named Andy L. Don't know who the fuck that is, nor do I give a shit. But sat down with some podcaster named that or whatever and said the most crazy shit I think I've ever heard in an interview in, like, recent years that wasn't, like, dated before 2010. So this TMZ article says TEKASHI 6ix9ine says Demi Lovato is going to relapse. So Demi Lovato is sober after she overdosed on drugs and almost died several years ago. But TEKASHI 6ix9ine sat down in this podcast and says that she's bound to relapse. And he offered a way to make it happen.
You know, you. I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Okay. So on the podcast, when the conversation shifted to Demi Lovato doing drugs, TEKASHI 6ix9ine brought up Demi, who, as we first reported, overdosed on heroin in July of 2018. Demi fought substance abuse for years and is now sober, but TEKASHI says she's going to relapse. And on the podcast, he offered to send her some drugs.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep.
What? No.
The comment is rubbing lots of folks, who fucking wrote this, online the wrong way. Demi has been open about the fact that she had 3 strokes and a heart attack and nearly died after she overdosed, but 6ix9ine tells us it was just a joke. He tells TMZ it was his attempt at dark humor, and everybody in 2025 is too soft. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Too soft? Motherfucker, you ratted because you couldn't handle going to fucking jail. You want to talk about too soft? You would have died in there. I don't even know. He says dark humor is going extinct and adds people in this new generation are just overly sensitive. Maybe you're just a fucking raging piece of shit. Have you ever thought about that, Tekashi 6ix9ine? Maybe you're the fucking problem. No, he's never thought that a day in his life. He's like, ooh, I don't know how he hasn't gotten fucking murked yet. Like straight up. Like I don't know what's going on. He has to be some kind of fucking confidential like informant and like is like super protected because there's no fucking way. Like he's got to be like tied to the CIA or like tied to like something like, you know, whatever where like he is allowed to say shit like this and like nothing happens to him. Like there's no fucking way. There's no way. Because, like, if this were, like, real street shit, he'd be dead. He'd be fucking dead. There'd be no way about it. Like, the kind of shit that he goes around saying, like, he'd be dead. I don't know, like, who on the street would kill for Demi Lovato. But just in general, the shit he's said over the years, like, I don't know how he's still walking around. Like, if, what's that guy? XXX Tentacion or whatever the hell his name is. I don't even know if that's how you say the fucking rapper's name or whatever. He was a fucking raging piece of shit too. He literally almost killed his fucking like, I don't know, his girlfriend was like 7 months pregnant at least at the time, beat the shit out of her, almost lost a baby, blinded her in one eye for life. And then I believe it was the Atlanta street gang that was associated with the woman, the pregnant girlfriend, rolled up on him at a fucking bike shop in Atlanta on the street and
Where did the suspect go?
gone. So I mean, you know, it takes care of itself sometimes. But you know, and people are like, oh, rest in peace to him. Like, no, who cares? The problem is gone. The problem resolved itself. Who cares? Who cares? I love a good sense. I love street justice. I think I'm more of like anti like court justice because it's so fucking rigged and like it's such bullshit. It's like I want stuff like that to happen. Like just let the problem take care of itself out in the real world. You know, that's why I think I like mob culture so much. I'm like, yes, that's right. Disrespect. Get you the gun. I don't know. Take the gun. Leave the gun, take the cannoli, I say. But, you know, it is what it is. So I at least wanted to talk about that briefly and say that he's just a raging piece of shit, as he always has been. Nothing has changed. Demi Lovato has not addressed this or spoken about it at all. So I don't think she should. I think she should just fucking move on with her life and not even give it any light or pay any attention. But, you know, still, that's got to be like, you know, like, what the fuck are you saying that for? I don't even get it, you know? Too soft. Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay, next up on the docket. Speaking of drugs, Paris Jackson, daughter of Michael Jackson, went on TikTok Live recently and showed people a perforation in her septum.
What?
Like, put a whole flashlight in her nose holes to show us that she's got, like, a little, like, in here. Like, I guess right where your septum ends and, like, that cartilage starts. There's a hole there from doing drugs. Obviously.
Okay!
Yeah. So I guess she went on TikTok Live and she said, I have a really loud whistle when I breathe through my nose, and that is because I have what is called a perforated septum, showing the small hole in her septum and adding that it was slightly different than a deviated septum. That is from what you think it's from. Don't do drugs, kids. Turning serious for a moment, she didn't recommend taking drugs, adding that it ruined her life. She also went back to her nose, saying that she didn't want to get plastic surgery to fix it, as she was 6 years sober, and you have to take pills when you have a surgery that gnarly. She went on to note that she'd been living with the issue since the age of 20, adding that it was a bitch when she was in the studio. She also quipped that she could thread a spaghetti noodle through the hole.
You better wake up, you nasty!
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! Tell me why.
Her revelation comes just 1 month after she movingly spoke about her journey to sobriety at the 35th Annual Friendly House Awards luncheon in Los Angeles on October 11th. Friendly House is a rehab program for women healing from trauma, offering a sober living house, meetings, and other forms of support. And during the event, Jackson was awarded the Shining Star Award for her work with the organization. During her speech, she said that she's really grateful to be a part of a movement that aligns so much with my higher purpose and the essence of my daily reprieve. Getting someone to develop conscious contact has easily been the greatest action I've ever taken, and I pray that I can continue to help others. That's all well and good. But girl, don't be putting spaghetti noodles through your fucking nose. That's disgusting. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what? What are you doing? I don't,
Yeah, I'm talking to you, you toxic waste of life.
I think a lot of these stories this week are just like so hard for me to even like grasp what the fuck it is I'm talking about, that it's just like hard for me to form like a solid rant on, because they just feel so hollow. No pun intended with her fucking nose, but what is even going on? I'm talking about the hole in Paris Jackson's nose right now. I feel just dark times, man. Like, what is happening? She's like, I guess, in some legal battle as well, still with like the courts over like Michael Jackson's trust and like estate and everything. It's like they're just trying to steal all his money. They just want all his money. I mean, like, that's why he's gone, allegedly. It's why he was killed, allegedly. It's just all fucked up. It's why Britney Spears is all fucked up, allegedly. It's just, Game over. There are leeches in Hollywood that steal the fame and the fortune of those that are gifted and born into it, that take it to another level, and then all of a sudden they start going crazy, or like, this, that, and the other thing happens, so like, whatever. So, Paris Jackson, protect yourself, protect your nose. I wouldn't recommend putting spaghetti noodles through it though. Just put a septum ring in it, girl.
Nobody's gonna know.
Nobody's gotta know.
How would they know?
And nobody's gotta know. Good luck to you. All right, next up on the docket, did you think I wasn't going to talk about the fact that Kim Kardashian had to take to her Instagram stories and admit that she failed the bar again? Ha ha ha. Of course I'm going to talk about it. So people online, there were some people that were trying to come after me in the replies of the post I made about her failing it again, because technically she has failed it 6 times. She took the baby bar 3 times before she passed it on the 4th time. And she's already taken the real bar. This is the 2nd time, and she's failed. So there have been 6 tests, and she's still not a lawyer. So what does that mean to you? Don't argue semantics with me, okay? Not about this fucking crazy-ass billionaire fucking bubble-butted bitch, okay, opening 15 fucking stores in Israel during a genocide when this bitch wouldn't shut the fuck up about the Armenian genocide for goddamn who knows how long. Fucking years. Would not shut the fuck up about the Armenian genocide, and now she's like, genocide in Gaza? I don't know her. I only know the Armenian genocide. Fuck you and Armenia. Quote me on that. Straight up. I don't even believe it's real. That was like a thing fucking Kim Kardashian made up to make us feel sorry for her. Obviously it was real, but for the moment, let's just go with what I just said. So whatever, fuck this bitch. I don't give a shit. And people are like, why do you care so much? Why don't you? I have this whole family fucking blocked. The mother, the fucking mother's boyfriend, the sisters, everybody. I have them all fucking blocked. I think Travis Barker I don't have blocked, but he never fucking comes up. So grateful for that, all right? And that's a fucking, blessing in and of itself. Like that I don't fucking even see Courtney from friggin' Travis's shit, okay? So I have this whole family fucking blocked, and I still see shit from them. Still see shit. And now the algorithm has started to get like smarter now, where it's like even if you block the words Kardashian, can't like this, that, and the other thing or whatever, it doesn't matter because they fucking still just post about it, and then it's like their face is there. So now I'm still seeing their fucking mugs, their dirty, ugly old fucking mugs, okay, with their fucking witch hands, and I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to see this shit. I saw somebody online the other day saying that Kris Jenner posted like a fucking picture of herself after the facelift or something. You know, this is probably her like a fucking second or third facelift at this point in her life. Isn't she like only like 70 or something? Fucking disturbed. Anyway, so yeah, so they were saying that I guess like Kris Jenner posted this photo of herself, and you could see like her hand like in the lower corner of the photo, and it's just like night and day, like from like what her face looks like to like what the fucking hand looks like the hand, she looks like she's fucking 90 years old. Like, I mean, it's just like the most decrepit, fucking veiny, like take my strong hand.
You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
Like literally you've ever seen, and like so people started like saying shit about it online because everyone is fucking over this family except for like bots and like people that, you know, think that because they got a BBL because of Kim Kardashian, like they feel like they still need to ride for the family for whatever reason because they're fucking psychotic. And so since people started coming after Kris Jenner about her fucking witch hands, she started wearing gloves like in everything, like any event she goes to, or like she's photographed now, she's wearing fucking gloves. And like we'll be talking about her birthday party in a few minutes here, but at her birthday party she was wearing like long, like elbow length, like black gloves. Good. I love when this family's like, we don't care what people say about us. Yes, you fucking do. Yes, you fucking do. Like, they've amassed so much wealth over the course of the last, like, 20 years that they could just, like, fucking go away and, like, never be seen or heard from again and, like, live their lives and, like, just whatever and, you know, travel, never go to another event. You know, Kim could actually focus on being a lawyer instead of a fucking thought. And they just choose not to because they're attention whores. They're like nothing will be enough for them. Like there will never be enough magazine covers. There will never be enough like money in their bank accounts. There will never be enough like photos of them taken. That like nothing will ever be enough for this family. Thank you 333 universe. I see that. But let's go into it. So Kim failed 6 fucking times already, okay? She began studying for this, like, apprenticeship because in California, I think, is the only state in the country. There may be others, but as of when I knew of this and when it started, California was the only state in the United States where you could actually go to law school or work around going to law school through a law apprenticeship and also avoid obtaining an undergraduate degree prior to going to law school or going into this law apprenticeship, right? So Kim Kardashian does not have an undergraduate degree in anything, and she did not go to law school. She's been in this law apprenticeship that by California state law says she can only be in for 4 years. She's been in it for 6 years now. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's not happening. It's not fucking happening. Okay? So, like, people are a little confused about this as well because they think that Kim graduated in May of this year because, like, the whole family posted these, like, videos of, like, this ceremony that they put together at someone's house, like, one of their houses or whatever, and it was just them. And, like, they had Kim Kardashian, you know, She's got like a little fucking, hat on or whatever the hell she's doing. This little fake graduation ceremony. She didn't graduate from anything.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
She graduated the law apprenticeship program that it took her 6 years to fucking complete, and she still can't fucking pass the bar. And she blames everything but the real culprit of it all, her fucking IQ. She's blamed everything under the sun except for herself for why she hasn't passed this shit yet. She has blamed... Okay, listen to this. So, years ago in, 2021, when she took, one of the baby bar exams, I don't remember which one it was before she failed, the third or whatever time. And she claimed that the reason she failed the baby bar that time was because she had COVID. And they made it a whole, according to this article, they made it this whole storyline on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Oh, don't even beat yourself up, Kim. Don't even beat yourself up, Kim. You had COVID. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do, Kim? You had COVID. Meanwhile, this bitch is probably sitting in her fucking kitchen taking this test.
Hello? Are you fucking stupid?
Kiss my ass. Anyway, so, whatever. So she blamed COVID once, all right? And then she also blamed ChatGPT recently for failing the first bar. So this bitch openly admitted to the media, I was using ChatGPT to help me pass the bar. And it was giving me false information that didn't make any sense. And I failed, and it's ChatGPT's fault. And she's openly in this article admitting to talking shit to ChatGPT, I can't believe you did this to me. Why would you?
3 years ago, me and Ariana made out in a swimming pool at the f***ing Golden Nugget. Yes, that did happen.
The Golden Nugget?
Yeah.
That's an all-time low.
Are you kidding me? I love that place.
I can hear the blood pounding in my fucking temples. I'm not even kidding. This is how amped this shit gets me. So now she's blamed COVID and ChatGPT. And I don't know if you guys know this, but she's blamed someone else again for failing the bar. Now she's blaming psychics.
She didn't, this is really hard to tell you. Your father is not your father.
Okay, so the Kardashians have historically used psychics over the years. They have their own psychics that they talk to, whatever. I don't know anything about this. This is just all information from these articles that I pulled or whatever, and references and shit like that, from all over the place, People, The Sun, Us Weekly, all kinds of fucking news articles. Okay, so I guess Kim Kardashian was enlisting in some psychics and was asking, am I going to pass the bar? Am I going to pass the bar? And the psychics were like, yes, you're going to pass the bar. And she has not passed the bar. She's quoted in this fucking article and in this video. She posted this video, whatever. It must be in the upcoming season of the fucking show, whatever. So she posted this fucking video of herself, getting makeup done for an event or whatever. And she's, on the phone with whoever the fuck, a sister or something. And she's pretty mad, and she's all of the fucking psychics that we have met with and that we're obsessed with are all fucking full of shit. They all collectively, maybe 4 of them, have told me I was going to pass the bar, so they're all full pathological liars. Don't believe anything they say. Bitch, it's you. These fucking psychics are probably terrified to tell you the truth. Because, they know you're, some kind of fucking demonic, entity that'll fucking, take a lock of their hair or whatever, go fucking, and, put it in, Kris Jenner's fucking, milkshake or something, and then she'll, shit it out, and then you put it on, some kind of mantle or whatever, and then, set it on fire over a period of time or whatever, and fucking, all of a sudden the psychic's, hair starts falling out, and they get cancer, and die in a fucking car accident with Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, who knows? Allegedly. But blaming the psychics is a bit far for your own stupidity, don't you think? I mean, like, you know, over the years, like, there's been all kinds of things. Kim can't focus on her law degree right now because she's too focused on, you know, being a fucking thought. And then, like, it's funny because Kim's, like, in all kinds of articles, like, in 10 years' time, I want to be completely done with the Kim K brand, and I want to go be practicing, and I want to be a trial lawyer. Bitch, no, you're never going to fucking do it. It's never going to fucking happen. Shut the fuck up. It is never going to happen for you. Never going to happen, okay? It's never going to happen. This is all going to go out the window. This is all going to go out the window. She's going to, like, come to terms with, like, it's never going to happen. The Bar Association ain't fucking giving her a fucking pass on this. They're not. They're not, okay? So, you know, take it up with yourself. You're a fucking idiot. I don't know what to tell you. So that's my little ranty poo about Kim Kardashian. I don't really have much to say about her other than that. You know, we're going to get into Sarah Paulson in a second because she's been pissing me off, and that has to do with Kim Kardashian too. You know, so lot to rant about with this family today. You know, and people are like, why do you talk about it? Why do you talk about it? We all have to talk about how much we hate this family, because if we don't, people are just talking about the family in general. We need to talk about our hatred of the family. Like, I hate when people are like, oh, when you hate something, that means, like, you really love it. No, motherfucker, it doesn't.
No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
You ever been behind a stupid person at a fucking light? The hatred I feel for that person is not undercover love, I'll tell you that, okay? You know, I can feel a hatred so blind and rageful that I could think the most fucked up and sinister things to happen to you that I can't even say out loud because my words are so powerful. So, I will fucking hate on Kim Kardashian until my last gasping fucking breath. And that's that on that. And if you don't like it, you don't have to fucking listen. Move on. I won't. We here. We out here. All right, my little Bumbabees, we only have a couple more topics to talk about, and they all have to do with the Kardashians. So if you don't want to listen to it, now is the time to tune the fuck out until the end. So thank you, Universe. I saw that 333 again. Okay, so first thing we're going to be talking about is Justin Bieber at Kris Jenner's birthday party. So, yeah, the 70th birthday party. So Kris Jenner turned 70 with her third head. That happened. I don't really give a shit one way or another about that party. There was, like, a lot of, like, very rich people there. I believe it was Emily Knows Everything on Instagram posted a rough estimate of how much money was at that party, and it was like $666 billion or something like that, or like something close to it. And I was like, oh, really? Interesting. That's why, like, I have to tell you guys, this is an exclusive. I am no longer claiming that I am a Satanist. I am no longer a Satanist. So that's happening. That happened. I think a lot of it had to do with the seedy underbelly of Hollywood, to be honest, because I think that there's, like, a lot of darker shit going on that maybe there is a devil and maybe there is a Satan. And if there is, I think these people are fucking him because this is some weird shit. So, you know, now that Diddy is, you know, serving his prison time and everything like that, before we get into the story, now that Diddy is, like, serving his prison time and everything, whatever, the transfer of power has gone to the Kardashian family now. Kris Jenner, like, all them, whatever you want to say, okay? It has transferred over to them because we know they allegedly were on tapes that were recovered from Diddy's properties. There were probably even some, like, Swarovski crystal name tag, like, gemstone baby oil bottles, like, that probably had a few Kardashian names on it, allegedly. So I think what happened was here, Diddy was the fall guy for all of these people. Diddy's an evil person, yes. He deserves to be in prison even for longer than he is. I don't think he should even be getting out. But he's not the only one involved with any of this shit. It's my belief that the Diddy shit,
scary.
The Epstein shit,
scary.
The Kardashian shit,
scary.
The Trump shit, all of it is connected.
Scary.
It's all connected.
Scary.
It's all connected.
Scary.
I'm not exactly sure where things tie in and who connects to what, but I'm pretty sure they're all connected in every fucking way you could possibly even try to understand what connected means, okay? Because
that's the way she goes. That's the way she goes?
Very weird, right? How, like, anytime, like, something comes up with these Kardashians legally, it kind of just, like, goes away, right? And then, like, you know, TMZ is literally, like, Kardashian-owned, you know? Now that Kim is, like, in bed with, like, Jeff Bezos, like, doing business with him, he's going to, you know, Kris Jenner's birthday party, all this shit. They're going to each other's weddings, whatever the hell. Now that this is going on, and they're friendly like that. Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post. I mean, it's all one big elite sexual deviant fucking demonic fuckfest. It's weird. It's fucking weird. So let's get into this next story. This transpired at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party. A lot of people are not really talking about this, so it's kind of just like, you know, people online in forums, maybe Reddit, this article from Pop Rant, you know, etc., whatever. So believe what you want to believe, but the photos are there. This is real. This is a real photo. So whether we're speculating on what's in the photo is real. So it's up to your determination, like whatever you think it really is. I'm going to tell you what I think it is. So here we go. A viral photo of Justin Bieber with a white smudge on his pants at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday has ignited fresh speculation and online debate. Fans expressed concern, referencing his past openness about substance struggles and urging mindfulness now that he's a father. Justin Bieber was among the many A-list celebrities who attended Kris Jenner's lavish 70th birthday celebration at Jeff Bezos's $165 million Beverly Hills mansion. So I didn't even know that her birthday party was at his mansion. So that's... They might as well have had it at fucking Epstein Island. Like, are you serious? Photos from the event have gone viral, showing a star-studded Hollywood gathering like no other, but one picture of Bieber has raised concern online, reigniting speculation about substance abuse. In the viral X post, the singer's party pants appear to be dusted with white powder near the crotch area, leading fans to question whether he may have been involved in drug use at the event. In the viral photo circulating online, Bieber is seen at the event dressed in a sharp black suit with a pink flower pinned to his lapel. He's smiling, wearing dark shades, and holding a cigarette as he walks through a crowd. What caught the internet's attention, however, is a noticeable white smudge on the front of his pants, which has fueled fresh speculation and concern among fans. The image quickly spread across social media and sparked debate about what the mark could be. While some fans debated it could be just ash from the cigarette he was holding, a majority of the comments allege it's cocaine.
Hey, does this coke smell funny?
Oh, fuck, Michael.
Fuck! No, that's fucking expensive shit, motherfucker.
Fuck, dude. I've never fucking done cocaine, dude. What is it?
So, I don't know. I, like, looked at this photo. I'll put it up. I looked at this photo, and I was like, it's two things. Because, yeah, like, totally possible it could be Sig Ash. I mean, you know, like, totally possible. But the reason I don't really think it's Sig Ash is because, like, it gives more of a, like, what's the word? Not soluble, but more like a dense material or dense substance than cigarette ash. Like, if it were cigarette ash on his pants, like, whether he noticed it or not, like, it's pretty smudged. Oh. It's pretty, what the hell? Getting lip gloss on my microphone here. So it's pretty smudged, which leads me to think that, like, he either knew about it and tried to, like, get rid of it, if it was cig ash, or, like, it's not cig ash. It's got to be something else. So, like, when I say it's, like, something more dense, because, like, if it was just cigarette ash, you could have gotten it off, like, pretty easily. And, like, just, like, the way the bottom of it kind of looks, it looks like more, like I said, like, dense, like, would be a more, like, moist, like, is that the word? Like, a more wet material or something like that, like, sticking, clinging to the material. I don't know. So I think it's one of two things. I think it's either cocaine or, quite frankly, a cum stain. That was the first thing I thought when I saw it. People were like, oh, it's cocaine. I'm like, we sure? We sure somebody didn't just jizz on him? I mean, because allegedly he just got passed around the Kardashian family like a fucking, like, you know, plaything. So, I mean, he was at Kris Jenner's birthday party with a white stain on that part of his pants. At Jeff Bezos' house. I don't know, man. At what point do we have to stop feeling sorry for Justin Bieber, because, like, he's allowing these things to happen to himself? So, like, I don't feel sorry for him anymore. I think he's also full of shit, and he, like, wants us to feel sorry for him, but he's actually another one. He's another little deviant. So he's like one of those that, like, he was taught the deviancy, so now he's become it, you know, instead of, like, becoming better than it, allegedly. I mean, that's just what I'm saying, you know, so whatever. I just don't trust anybody that's around this family. Obviously, as you can tell, you know. If you listen to my podcast, you know. I don't fuck with this family. I only fuck with the kids, Ye's kids. That's it. And Ye. And Ye, you know, he's not even a part of this conversation right now. He wasn't at Kris Jenner's fucking birthday party at fucking Jeff Bezos' house. I've never seen Ye with Jeff Bezos. Let's just say that. I mean, yeah, he used to hang out with Elon, but it wasn't about Elon. You know, it wasn't really like, oh, I really fuck with Elon. He was like, I really fuck with what Elon's doing, and what can I get from this? Like, it's never like, yeah, he's not like looking for inspiration from Elon Musk. Okay, like, let's be for real. So anyway, I don't know what it is. Could it be cig ash? Yeah. Could it be something else? Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look right. And I think, like, you know, yeah, like, as a celebrity, you need to, like, be kind of mindful, especially, like, when you're Justin Bieber. Like, you've done enough bad shit, like, publicly, illegally, criminally, and whatever. Like, don't forget that he's gotten a few DUIs or whatever. Okay, he's like Pete Davidson, crashing into fucking shit. You know, just being a fucking menace. Okay, so he's no innocent, and you know the way that he's just been acting lately, like, you know, it's embarrassing. You know, if I was Hailey Bieber, I'd be fucking embarrassed. I'd be like, this is the man I had a child with. Like, is the fame worth it? That's the question of the week. Is the fame worth it? Is there a price tag that you can apply to your moral compass that would make you feel like you could sleep at night? That's the question of the week. So let me know. Let me know. Find me on Instagram. Find me if you're on YouTube watching this. Let me know. Let me know. Let's wrap this shit up, though, shall we? Last topic. Let's talk a little shit about Sarah Paulson. Okay, last up on the docket, my little Bumbabees. We're going to be talking about Sarah Paulson really quick. So Sarah Paulson's been, like, pissing me off for, like, quite some time now, but especially during this, like, All's Fair rollout and everything, that new Hulu series or whatever it is that Ryan Murphy, is it Hulu? I don't even know, that Ryan Murphy put out. You know, I don't even know what the show is about, like some kind of fucking stupid ass, you know, Kim Kardashian is some kind of divorce attorney, and there's like, a lot of big names in it, but it's just like, typical Ryan Murphy bullshit. He's another one. Up to no good, up to evil, dark, sinister shit. So anyway, we've talked about this before. So this is why Sarah Paulson's been pissing me off, especially, and I wanted to just like talk about it for a couple minutes. It's because she just won't shut up about shit. Like, I'm starting to like Jennifer Lawrence about a lot more now because Jennifer Lawrence has become very self-aware of like what she was doing in past interviews, which was a reason why I didn't like her. And I would honestly avoid watching movies with her in it because I just did not like her as a person. I was like, this fucking bitch. But Jennifer Lawrence recently has opened up like, I used to try so hard. I used to like, try to be like so relatable to people and just like, I watch back old interviews of myself and I'm just so embarrassed. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Like, it just feels so good to hear her say that. And I'm like, now I can like you. I have to like turn a blind eye to like her whole love of the Kardashians and whatnot. But like, I think her getting married and having a child has like mellowed her out. She's like, yeah, that was annoying. That was annoying. Sorry for that. So I fucks with that. Self-awareness is key in this world. So Jennifer Lawrence, what I'm tying into that is Sarah Paulson is like in her old Jennifer Lawrence era. It's like she has to tell us like every fucking stupid thought that comes to her mind that like she thinks we'd want to hear about or she thinks we'd relate to. Or whatever. And it's like, no one fucking cares about this. Okay. So recently, Kim Kardashian was in some kind of interview or whatever for this All's Fair press rollout and was talking about how she doesn't believe the moon landing was real. Whatever. I don't give a shit if it was real one way or another. Like, it's like Ariana Grande said when she sat down for that lie detector shit with like, Bo and Yang. She's like, I don't want to talk about the moon. Let's talk about the earth. We got problems down here. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you. But, I don't give a shit if the moon landing was faked or not. It probably was. Whatever. I don't care. Who gives a shit? I mean, maybe it wasn't because, time travel is probably possible. So, that's a theory in and of itself. But, whatever. We're not getting into that. So, Kim Kardashian was like in an interview saying that she doesn't believe the moon landing was real. And I guess like Sarah Paulson was like looking like in the interview, she was like eyeballing Kim like off to the side, like, oh my God, I can't believe she's saying this. But then she still like backed her and, didn't say anything about it. Didn't even try to speak out against what Kim was saying, even though you could tell that Sarah Paulson was like, that's a little crazy. Crazy. Because you could tell Sarah Paulson's like one of those like really liberal people that's like they will believe anything that like some kind of scientific company or like the Democratic Party like puts out just because they're saying it's true. Like, she's one of those people. Like, she'll just believe it because like her side that she's chosen is saying it's true. Even if it looks weird. So there's that. Then there was the whole, like, there's just, like, all these articles, like, when you pull up Kim Kardashian and Sarah Paulson, just, like, these headlines, like, Sarah Paulson spat a chip into Kim Kardashian's eye while on All's Fair set. Who cares? What are you even fucking talking about? And then another one, Sarah Paulson details laughing until choking on set with Kim Kardashian. Who are you trying to convince that you had a good time with this bitch, too? Because I'm not fucking buying it. And then there's, like, the last article. Sarah Paulson encourages Kim Kardashian not to give up on love after messy Kanye West divorce. Listen.
I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power.
There's a lot of things that bitch needs to give up on. Love, of course. The law degree, yeah. Life, debatable. I mean, so it's just like, like Sarah Paulson is just like another one, dude, like another one. And, I hate Ryan Murphy, unequivocally. But, now that he's, like, coming out with a new season with, like, Evan Peters and Emma Roberts and Jessica Lange is going to be on it and, like, all my people, I'm just like, why you do this to me, Benny? Why you do this to me, Benny?
Dime, why you do this to me? Please, Dime. I'm afraid.
You're not my mother.
But yeah, that's about it, guys. I mean, like, that's all I had to say. It's a long one. Sorry. Hopefully by the time I cut it down, it's like an hour and 20, but, fucking 12 topics or whatever the hell. Hope you had a good time, because I did. I think I need to go fucking relax now. I think I'm all, like, amped up on fucking caffeine and shit. I'm, like, anxious. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the 47th Pop Culture News. I hope you had as much fun as I did, keeping you as updated and as pop cultured as I physically can. You know I do it all for you and the love and support you keep on giving me. I'm so loved. You really love me.
You love me. You really love me.
I'm so grateful. Keep on spreading the good word, and don't forget to turn on your automatic downloads wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're not following me on social media, what's your damage? That's at Bumba.cast on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, as well as Patreon and YouTube at the BumbaCast Pod. So, until next time, I'll see you soon, my little Bumbabees.
You in danger, girl.